Greetings, mortals, I am the Fallen Shogun, and welcome to the first impression Who's That Indie of Judgment, which isn't really a first impression. I've done 4 series on it, I'm doing one right now, but yes. For those who are uninitiated, Judgment is an apocalyptic colony survival game. You build up a colony, you survive waves of attacks of demons, possessed, and demons, and you try and survive the apocalypse and wipe it out. So the game is entirely real time. There is no turn-based strategy. It's real-time strategy, colony building, research, and obviously you can actually see as they're going around, they're gathering resources. This is a mine. They are doing some research. So each bench here, as you can see, does different things, like they're getting water from this, doing research for that. Research is quite explanatory. You just go down one of these many tabs, unlocking things as you go along. As you can see, there's a lot of things to unlock. And there is also regular research and occult research. You can do science or black magic to obviously use the demon's own abilities against them. That's why this over here is a summoning circle. But yeah, the game is basically sort of a couple of characters. You can move them around wherever you like to do things like that. You can give them equipment. Each character can carry 1 weapon, 1 armor piece, and 1 usable equipment. Obviously right now I'm using a first aid kit because battle is quite deathy. But yeah. So everything plays out on 3 different maps. This is the colony map. As you can see, it's pretty small. There's research being done inside benches. There's resources across the map. This here is clay. As you can see, I can click on it like that and it'll be tagged for being attacked by everyone. There is the world view map. As you can see on this current version, I've only explored this much. And as you can see, the map is pretty big. So this is your base. These are your expeditions. You can create an expedition and put people inside it. As you can see, this will be a new one. I don't have any people spare because we're in the other 2 groups. And this here is a rescue mission. To gather new survivors, you have to rescue them in missions. You have to barter them from towns when they actually have a good relationship with you. Or you use black magic to find them. But yeah, I'm going to send out a team to this to show you the combat map. So every icon on here, oops, cast fuzzy, they have gone. So I'll show you another combat. But yeah, there's different types of icons. This is a house. It has certain creatures, certain loot. This is a farm. Has a different set of loot, different set of creatures. The enemies get more powerful the further away from you are. This is a different biome, the forest biome. Regular biome, there's also a city biome. There's basically a hell biome where you're looking at obsidian and lava. And each one has its own specific set of creatures, as it were, more specific to them. Like you're more likely to encounter wolves and werewolves over here in the forest. Counter actual heavy demons in the more hellscape type of area, and the miniature stuff inside the cities. But yeah, there's different biomes, and this is how it goes on. And this is combat. As you can see, you can auto-resolve, you can cancel, get the hell out of there, or you can fight it on the map. Oh, that's the combat music. So as you can see, the enemy appear as crosses. This here is their vision range. When you start every battle, you aren't spotted. So you see, my troops are not spotted. You can see each one has a range around it. I have 2 melee guys here, Speed and Shogun. I have 3 different ranges around my other guys. I should have, let's see. I have an Acrobus I found somewhere, got a crossbow, and got an Olympic bow here. So each character has its own range. They will not engage the enemy on their own. They will engage the enemy if they have been spotted. If they have not been spotted, they will not engage even when they're within range. So they can see once they get within range, they will fight. There are different types of enemy, long range, short range. You can click on them to see their actual range, their health, their attack, their armour, their lasting damage. But yes, your troops will not move to engage the enemy. They are basically like mobile towers in that respect, where you put a soldier, that soldier stays. And at the end of the battle, you get a random amount of loot. You get your kills shown. But yeah, when it shows you loot on here, like this will give me scraps and wood. It doesn't show you how much on there, it's randomised. You can actually research or bring troops in to give you better amount of equipment. But it's always a randomised number. Also, if you ever need to retreat, you just hit this retreat icon, and your troops will run back to the retreat square. If they don't get to retreat square, they die permanently. So you have to be aware of that. But yeah, let's have a look. So the enemy is around here again. As you see, they don't spot me. So when you do the rescue missions, you will find a survivor in a cage. You have to unlock the cage and defeat waves of enemies attacking you. For the scavenging missions, you don't need to. You see this exclamation mark over here? That's the items. If you're able to get to it without being spotted, you can just grab the resources. You don't have to kill everything to get them. Of course, you can kill the patrol defender, so each group you see moving around is in a patrol. See, this one is not reacting to this group being activated because he's not in that patrol. He doesn't know what's going on there. So I can kill what I need to, grab the resources and go. Although, if there are any enemies on the map, you will get a much slower bonus to actually opening up stuff like that. If there are enemies on the map, it's a slower unlocking the cage to free a survivor. And on the map, it's a slower gathering gathering resources, as you can see here. Oh, we're spotted. You see that? There we go. They're all dead. There we go. Well, that was easy. Once you gather all your resources, your characters carry them. As you can see here, it's just inside there. You have to send them home. Well, of course, every expedition you put out, when they're not home, they're not helping out. Like, see this here? This is a bed, obviously people need to sleep. This is a sawmill, it's enabled crafting. This is an occult library. So that has something on it, which means someone wants to sleep. But obviously with my 5 people outside, they're not gathering food for my farms. They're not gathering wool for my sheep farms. They're not producing weaponry. They're not crafting equipment. They're not making better armour for my people. As you can see, this is what I've unlocked in this version. I have some basic bows, got some better bows, crossbows activated here. A coil gun if I had the ability to make it, but I don't have any copper. That is from the desert biome. So yeah, as you can see, my people are now back. They're now making food, now creating research, now making boards. So you have to choose what your people will do, because obviously if you send all your people out and you have no food, your people will die. Which brings on to, there are 3 things they need. So your people need water. Your plants also need water, and also certain other crafting needs water too, but your people need water to live. Your people need food to live. When the food goes down below a certain level, they will go to the nearest food table and grab food. People need sleep. If their energy goes down below a certain level, they will go to a bed. As you can see, right now, Corporeum is currently asleep. As you see, little bars going along, and that is going, and it's full, he will leave. Obviously, it'll be to this bar, not to that bar, because that might have been at a certain different level. But yes, you need sleep, you need food, and you need water. Otherwise, your people start suffering quite significantly. As you can see, he slept, he's up, he ate a bit of food, and he's wandered off. He ate some bread too. My God, you pig. But yeah, that's how it is. So, crafting is very simple. Once you've researched something, you just right-click on it. You can set it to auto-craft, where they'll craft the minimum amount, and if it goes below it, they'll craft to the maximum. So this here is 20 gunpowder. If it ever goes below 10, they'll max it up to 20 again. And it shows you what they need. But of course, you just go like that and add your own. It goes to there. Just build your own. Dead simple. Crafting is very, very basic. Just need the gear. Like, I'm not going to auto-craft quarterstaffs. I can actually put this up here, so 2 are being made. Don't need them, but there you go. So that will set in an order for crafting. Quarterstaffs get made at crafting tables and the workbenches. So a guy will go to the nearest workbench and start working on them. How that works is if you look at the characters, they have priorities. If they are prioritised towards crafting, like this person is here, Amy, they will prioritise crafting above all else. As you can see, Valkyrie here is also prioritised towards crafting. Shogun is prioritised towards water. You can also automate how much water you can catch, so if I'm above that amount, Shogun will then go and get some trees. It will then go and search for debris if that's done. Speedle here will go and build first. The FPII will go and do research. As you can see here, Mathematician gives him 50% research, and there's 3 research bits underneath it, which gives him an extra 150% total. Each character is a certain class. I think this is a fighter, survivalist, fighter, academic, scout, engineer, occultist. There's different types of classes, and each one has different skills they're allowed to go in. So, in the version I'm playing, hopefully it stays the same. The first 4 levels your character gets gives you 1 skill point. The last 2 levels your character gets, can only level up to 6, will give you 2 skill points each. So you get 8 skill points to work around with. So you have to choose when each person does. As you can see here, if I click through, each character has their own certain types of skills they can have. Academic is more crafting and research. Fight obviously more geared towards fighting. Survivalist is a sort of mix of everything. If I go to here, see, there's going to be bow accuracy, bow damage, and if you ever see a plus, you get to choose 1 extra special skill. Like if I go for occultist here, I can equip rare occult weapons. Hexing gives me a 1 use ability in every battle, which drops their attack speed, or I can go quick shot. So you see, for marksmanship here, I went for accuracy, and obviously here I went for rare firearm. So that coil gun I showed you is a rare tech weapon. I don't have the rare tech here, I have rare firearm, so I can't equip that weapon. So you have to slowly equip your people to how you want them to be, like this here, scouting. That is map speed and awareness generation. That is firearms and weaponry. You have to tailor your people to what your place needs. You can see here, ninja, this is a starting perk. Your characters start off with random perks. Ninja here gives them good crafting, good sharp damage for anything with the tagline sharp, which for me would be nothing. This is melee and blunt. This is a bow. This is melee and blunt. That's also a bow. And this is just a rifle. So if I had a sharp item like maybe a spear or a sword, I'd get extra damage for it. Each character comes with their own different types. Like this occultist came as a monk, which is extra research. Automatic weapon damage is less. This person is terrible at ranged gear, but is very good at close quarter combat. And also comes with the ability to heal himself once for 30%. So yeah, each character you save is randomised. Like this engineer here is a geek, which is extra research but less damage, and a vegan, which is extra farming but less damage. So this person here is a terrible, terrible combatant, but an amazing researcher slash crafter. So yeah, you have to tailor what you get, because obviously you don't know what you're getting when you save these people because they're in a cage. You only know what they are when they get out. When any character dies, they are dead forever. So there's a bit of rogueliting into it, as it were. You want your people to live as long as possible, or they will just die. Let's see, let's get a rain dance going on. So yeah, your starting area has plenty of resources. You can't unlock certain things, like I had to research metal mining to get the metal here. So obviously there is now a mine over here to get the metal out. As you can see, Shogun is currently doing it. Automatically assigned tasks. If you have that turned off, they will do what you tell them to. Otherwise, they will put their priorities first. Like right now, he has nothing to do. So his priorities are towards mining, which means there's no trees, no water needed, and no debris to find. Obviously, if I turned it up to here, this is a search. He will then go and do that. There he goes. He's going to go grab some food. Then he'll go over there and do that over there. Let's have a look. See? So it's a day and night cycle. Your characters will work throughout both day and night, although nighttime will give you a accuracy penalty, a quite serious accuracy penalty, where obviously your range is quite bad and it removes 2 of your vision. So obviously you see within squares around you. You can't see that here, but I go to this, look, see the squares. So it removes like 2 vision, so you see a lot less. So it's a lot harder to do missions because your accuracy is bad and you can't see the enemy before they see you. And some of the enemy will outrange you significantly. Building, as you can see here, is pretty basic. Most items have to be put inside one of the cabins you have. Obviously I need wood to build these, but this food table can't be put outside, has to be put inside a building. So you build the buildings you need to put the items in. Like this is a training area for training, has to be outside. Can it go inside? No. So some buildings are out, some buildings are in. Like this is for water, this is just the wall, this is for healing. This is a barrier which... oh, trader. you want to build up a defensive area. It's very much like you need to build a maze and a defensive force to stop the enemy. As you can see, this is where I retreat to when the base is under attack. To actually survive, because the enemy will attack you repeatedly, which I'll talk to in a second. Also, there's random traders. Ooh, elements armor. Rare tech. So a trader turns up randomly with all sorts of resources and equipment. You buy stuff with scrap, so you can sell stuff with scrap. Like they sell some armor here, give me some more scrap. I can't afford that, that's 3,000. But yeah, traders turn up, you can trade with them. And let's go on to this. So this is enemy awareness. For every single person you have in your colony, the awareness goes up. The enemy will attack you every now and then regardless, but if the awareness is higher, the enemy attack is significantly stronger. Like, I've been told if it's like below 20%, the enemy has a minus 20% strength against you, so there's less of them. And then there's all the way up to the very end, at 100%, where the enemy is like 40-50% stronger than they would be, so you're facing a lot more and probably more powerful demons. So to keep that down, there's research, there's special abilities, like if I go back to, where's my scout? Back to red tones for his skills. See here, awareness generation, minus 20%. I can drop that down across the board. But also there is research. If I go to here, to base, where is it? There was an item. So there is upgrades somewhere. That's expedition, I can get an extra person. But there is research where you can drop it down as well. Drop your awareness down. There's certain buildings you can do it. But you want to keep your awareness down in the early stage, because the enemy slowly techs up and tears up as time goes by. Like right now, this version is 30 days in, and we've got basic gear, level 1. Like metal armor is what we're currently after, level 2. But we only have like 2-3 pieces. So if I antagonise the enemy too much, they'll become really powerful. In fact, I'm just going to speed it up as we talk, so the enemy will attack our base. I can show you an actual full-on attack. Also, random events. 100 extra research because Brian was really good. He just Butimus on the research. I now have extra raining because of the magic circle event. Let's mark down some trees to be destroyed. There we go. So like I say, if you need resources, you either find them on your map, you make them yourself, or you go out and explore. Like, if I need resin to make more crossbows, I have to hit campsites within the forest. Now I know there's a forest over here on this map, which is randomly generated, so I'd go over there. So you will need to balance your defensive troops and your expeditions. Also, you can get attacked while your expeditions are out. So you want to make sure you have defensive forces there, or close enough just in case. If you lose your camp, you lose the game. You really don't want to have like one guy back at base while 10 men are out exploring somewhere, because that's a bit of a bad way to die. Yeah, also leveling up, as you can see here. I can easily just get evasion, which is extra patrol speed, but I'm currently going with corporeum. I want him to do extra melee damage. Bruno here, I want to be a better gatherer. When I get to the end of this, I can choose gathering efficiency or dedication. Or if I want to, rare nature armor, make him a nature lover. So yeah, I am taking up certain people to be specialists in combat, certain people specialists in research, certain in... I'd like a farmer. We have yet to get a farmer. They're mainly soldiers. Actually, that's a lie. Mostly artisans and occultists. I like a farmer. But yeah, you want to tech up your people to the point where they are useful. This is very specialised. Obviously, you don't need to be specialised. You have jack of all trades everywhere. But when you're running a large camp, you kind of want to make sure everyone's going okay. Also, that warning there was telling me someone needed to sleep. So when you do get attacked, it gives you a warning that an attack is on its way. Then it gives you a warning that you need to get your defences prepared. You can actually, if I go to slow down, set up a defensive planning mode. So I go like this, I can actually put my people to here. In the planning mode, your people will stick with what their jobs are, but as you can see, I'm moving them around. So when I put defensive mode on, the troops will move to those positions. Of course, you can put them all on top of each other if you don't quite remember where you've moved them. That is a thing that can happen. So defensive mode has been planned. Turn it off. I can activate it now if I feel like it, or I can wait till the attack is happening, which we are proceeding towards. So, like I say, the game slowly ramps up difficulty. It is not an easy game by any means. There we go, enemies are approaching at 66%. They will attack soon, you better prepare. There we go, so now we have the attack warning. You will get a second warning, don't worry about that. So as you can see, my people are just carrying on their research. Oh, a feast! And this is another random event. As days go by, no sign of rescue can be seen. Exhaustion and despair are starting to take their toll. So if I have fireworks, I can do this. If I have a feast, I can do that. I have no food. I do this. And I gain extra things. So now I have an optional. I've done the first section. I can now search here for supplies or search for equipment. Let's do equipment, and I got myself another Olympic bow. Olympic bows are pretty good. They are rare. And now I can activate the defense plan. What that means is my people have now gone over there, as you can see. They are now prepared for combat. Apart from that one person down there, I didn't move. You get attacked. You can now choose your equipment beforehand. As you can see, mostly it's bows, basic armour. Congrats, you now have metal armour because I can. This gives them extra range. This gives them extra attack speed. And we begin. We'll improve it. As you can see, the attacks are coming in. So, this is a tier 1 enemy, these are tier 2. You won't have to worry about these at the very beginning of the game, and as you can see, it's put in tier 2 stuff like possessed and demons, because obviously it's at 60%. I shouldn't have to be fighting these, and I have a night vision problem of 25% accuracy and -3 range. And I can see this one has an ability, Hunter's Instinct, and a self-heal. So let's do a focus shot on this hellhound. Obviously they can't really destroy me too much. Oh. Corporeum, kill the hellhound. Good on you, Corporeum. So obviously... Oh god, possessed. As you can see, damage is going on. So, I'm going to pause here. Damage in the game is done in 3 stages. Can you see here? This is the dark bar. That is permanent damage. The white bar is temporary damage, and the green bar is actual health. So, how the game works is, to stop you constantly sending out your teams in battle, you get permanent damage. Permanent damage cannot be healed by special abilities or by end of combat. So if you get too much, you have to go home to heal up. Temporary damage can be healed with special abilities or equipment. It also gets automatically healed at the end of combat. So for Redtone here, this doesn't get any more damage. He will heal this at the end of battle, and that will not be healed. Now he's at base, he can slowly heal up. If he was out on an expedition, that would not heal, which means he'd have to return home after a certain amount of time. Let's see here, Speedle's taking a bit of casual damage, that's fine. Nothing too much. But that's the thing you need to keep an eye on. As you can see there, just healed them up. You need to keep an eye on that, or you have serious problems. As you can see, Redtone is fine. Most of it's just temporary damage. So yes, there's a permanent damage, temporary damage, and actual health. Obviously, permanent damage can be healed back at base, like I said, but you need to keep an eye on that. So, that is the basics of the game. I am actually running a series on it, if you're ever curious, but yes, I'm releasing this to show a first impression of how the game works, why the game works, and what the game does. Now, obviously, you want to explore, you just send a team out like this. They go out, they explore. You occasionally get attacked by random events. You can see there's the forest here. More different things. This is a military base, more great chance of weapon parts for actual guns. There you go, there's a desert. So you just need to explore, find the things it's after. There is, of course, a quest line currently going on. If I go in the missions, I need to find the secret military outpost in the southwest. Oh, there's a city out. There's a city. It's a small city. That is the research materials. There are 3 tiers of research. Basic research, just need research. Then you need research materials to get to tier 1. Well, it says tier 2 here, but you know what I mean. To unlock the next level. Then you need research objects, I think. I'll have to check. But there's another level of research after that that you then need to get to the final tier of research. You basically unlock gates, as it were. For each tier, I show you now. So if I go down here, see that research materials is needed for the next tier. Research materials. Then you get down to here where it says research kits. So you need to find those by either trading for them or finding special areas on the map, which are defended by quite powerful enemies. So of course you have to tech up to that point, then hit them. But casualties are inevitable, you're going to lose. Either way, I've enjoyed this a lot. I highly recommend this game, Judgment. It should be out today, probably before this video. And if you want to see more on it, there is a current full release series currently going on, which will be a link at the end. So click on that to see more Who's That Indie. Click on the Let's Play series to see the actual full series of what I'm currently going on, to see how these guys got to this situation. And of course, I've been the Fallen Shogun. If you do, as always, like, comment, share and subscribe. Your comments will reply if you like that series will count for longer. Who's That Indie? Bringing strategic, tactical, survival indie games straight to your face holes. And of course, you do subscribe, you do become part of the Fallen. You do know new videos and the series come out. And at the end of the last battle, I will see you in Valhalla. Ciao for now, people. I'm losing my voice. Bye bye.